Okay, I have some other things to say about beauty. I had them on my mind, but I'll mention them um, somewhere else in the series. Let's talk about the next best thing, or the thing that comes before that, and that's money. Um, Money, you can never have too much of it. If you are a good person, a really, really good person, you can never have too much money. Like a guy like me can never have too much money. Now, there are people out there that can have too much money. What kind of parking is she doing? Oh, they got a driveway down in there. I never even realized that. Now, you're good. Unless you're going all the way down in there, sweetie, you need to stay where you're at. Oh, they got their own parking down underneath there. I didn't even realize that was a. As many times I walk past her every day, and then well, oh, you start from here and go down. Wow. Okay. Whatever. But there's people out there that, and I'll be pausing a lot because I got my chicken in the air fryer, and earlier when I was preheating it, it was smoking. And I believe that was because I put what do you call it? Coconut oil in there uncovered, and that coconut oil burned too fast. I should have, and it made a mess. So I'm gonna be going back in here and watching, but I gotta watch it. So um, if you do the right things with your money, you can never have too much. So let's say you are a millionaire, billionaire, and you're buying homes with your money, homes for people that need homes, people that can afford those homes to live in. There's no crime in that whatsoever. Okay. Let's say you buy a store and you are selling products that people can actually use. Now, if you compare your prices with everybody else's, okay, and make some kind of way for you to blend in there and make money while everybody else is making money around you, and you have to do some kind of strategy plan that might be kind of slick to do that, that's fine because you got all these other people selling a product too, and you're not going to be able to squeeze in there unless you do something drastic, something real slick to get people to look at your website or walk in your store. Okay, so that's fine, but this whole thing of scratching tickets and and then when you win, you you don't do the right thing with the money when you have a job and you're already taking care of your family off of your job income, or you're barely taking care of your family off your job income. What should you do with that money? Okay. Um, I got to pause. So Um, there's nothing wrong with um, being rich, as some Christians would claim that that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with being rich. Like I said before, money is like a weapon. Money is like an armory. You're doing the right thing with it. You know how to save it. You know what I'm saying? You got it in your safe, or you got it in the bank, or you got it in several different banks. You know, you got it under lock and key somewhere where it can't perish or whatever. You know, you're smart. You're being really smart, and you can never make too much money when you are a godly man. There's no way, because you can always build everything from homes and businesses to churches with that money. You can give you can give people that don't have, you can give them something. You can give people that don't have a church. You can give, you know, a school to someone that wants to do school. You can put a school where schools are needed. And personally, if you got good money and you want to uh, your family to live in the best house in the world, you want to live on the best property, the best state, the best country, whatever in the world, that's smart too. Okay. But um, but I'm gonna be quick about this. This point of scratching tickets. Oh, before I go to that, this thing of being stingy with your money when you make money. That's where the Christians have to be careful, because it's easy to be stingy when you went half your life without having. You went half your life without having, and then all of a sudden you have. It's easy to be stingy, but the Bible tells us to give, give, give. And not give to me like a leech, but give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The Bible says, men shall pour into your lap. That's business. That's not some dude working a regular job. When you say pressed down, shaken together, and running over, men shall pour into your lap. No, that's business. Because nobody's giving you anything. If people are paying you to do wages, then that's as far as that's the amount that's going in your lap. But there's no press down, shaking together, unless you're really doing a bunch of things at one time, or unless you're doing business. Okay, people don't realize that in the Bible, when you talk about money, a lot of that's business. It's not just working and sweating. It's owning things. It's building things. It's, you know, you know what I'm saying. They don't really talk too much to laborers um, in the Bible. Um, I mean, the laborers are mentioned, but not as much as the business people. And a lot of people that hate prosperity preaching don't realize that. They really don't realize that. A godly man, a man of God, can never ever make too much money, because if he's following God, he's going to take care of him and his family, and then he's going to take the larger portion of his money, and he's going to help the world in a way where it's going to also help him and keep him safe, keep him financially stable. And a rich man doesn't really care about being super rich for nothing, just to be rich. He cares about being financially stable. In other words, whatever I already have, I get to keep. I don't go out there and give to the poor and then I got to give away everything that I have because when I gave out, then I didn't have anything to invest. You always have to have something to invest. Okay. So if you don't have anything to invest, you can say that you are poor. You can say that you are broke if you don't have anything to invest. Everybody should have something to invest. And that's the key to business, having something to invest. The bigger that you can invest, the bigger you are. It's not the other way around, where the more money you got, okay, the bigger you are. No, the more you have to invest, and the more willing you are to invest that investment, okay, um, is the bigger you are. Okay, so you got people scratching tickets, and I just think that's highway robbery. Really, it is. I mean, you scratching tickets, and they playing these tricks with you. You might as well be the goddamn cartel. When you put tickets in the machines. You know what I'm saying? Like, people scratching and scratching and scratching. And the more they scratch, the less they get. Just people to go in here and scratch one time. The first time that I scratched a ticket, I got $40 out of it. And the tickets were given to me. I didn't even buy them. And I scratched them and I got $40. Um, but then, when I got that $40, I was all happy about that $40 and I wanted to go out and scratch more tickets. I done spent what? Um, Probably over the course of the last 2, 3 years, I probably spent 3 years, I'd say. I probably spent about $150 on scratching tickets, maybe 200. And what did I get? I got like $30 after that 40 that somebody freely gave me. Um, I got like $30 out of $200 over the last 3 years. Um, And people are right when they say, oh, you can go to different places in town and scratch and you'll get money quicker and all like that. A friend of mine, he he proved this by, he's a middle class American. He goes out there, he scratches all these tickets from all these different places, and he's won. He lives in an uppity up. Okay, he scratches tickets up there. He scratches tickets down below. He scratches tickets clear across the world. He scratches tickets everywhere he goes. And he finds out that different places you scratch tickets, you get more money. In other words, what he's saying is they're keeping the poor poor in the gambling area. Okay, and it's funny how they got it set in Las Vegas, where people that are now in Las Vegas is different. It's different than scratching tickets. You go to Las Vegas, the people that are there all the time and spending lots of dollars at the tables and the slot machines are getting paid more than what they're putting in eventually. But if you go once in a blue moon, you be lucky if you get your bus fare home. Okay, like the song says. Okay. So that's all you're getting is like your bus fare home, and it happens, you know. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's people who, I've met people who have, they spent some time, a little bit of time, just throwing little simple $5, $10 in once a week, so many times a month. Okay. Um, and one day they were able to pay off their house. Now they probably put in, and it only cost them what, so many hundreds or a couple thousands or something that they were scratching. Um, and they paid off their house and their car, you know. So that's good. A friend of mine, officer friend of mine, he's done that. He paid off his car. He paid off one of his cars with um his gambling money, and then he just got stupid. Literally got stupid. He started buying stuff like extra guns. He got a house full of guns. What's he need more guns for? He started buying, start paying for trips to go here and there, and that's fine. Take little vacations, okay. And then he would gamble while he was on them vacations and come home broke, okay. So um, this is another case where this world's good is not your good because everybody wants to dream, but there's only one way to get the dream, and that is to go out there and do what they do to get that dream. Um, there are no surprises that are going to fix this. Just, just not. Everybody, just for example, like all the legitimate businesses, they have these copycats that are trying to keep up after them. But where the legitimate businesses fail is when they start robbing their shareholders. They start robbing their people that are making their business what it is. They start robbing them. They start changing policies because, the man at the top don't want to share. Okay. When he's been rich for God knows a century. Now he don't want to share. Okay. So now, he don't want to invest. He doesn't trust investing the way he used to. So now he's basically robbing his own people. Okay, and they don't see it that way because of the way they twist that. But I'm in a situation right now where I'm not going to invest too much except for the products themselves because I know things have changed drastically. What's up? What's up? You living here? I live here. Sometime I'm your new neighbor. Sometime I can talk to you. You what? Sometime I like to talk to you because you are a good person. Okay. Nice thing. Okay. Um. So, um, these businesses have to have um, policies that are pro-American, um, and they have to, you know, be fair. Now, I'm saying it again, all the top name businesses have copycats behind them that are trying to do what they do, and some are beating them because, again, some of the top companies are starting to become corrupt. So there's people taking that corruption and making their own and building their own platform out of it. Okay, um, like the company that I'm in, you know, there's a lot of copycats, and they copy, like the Amway Corporation. People are copying what the Amway Corporation has done for years. They couldn't beat us, so they decided to join us. Okay, and they're taking their their lack of, they let this pandemic, you know and other things that happened earlier, before the pandemic. They letting us tamper with our policies, and they changed the policies in a way where they're making the buck, but they're not. But the shareholders are not making the buck. The shareholders are all are walking out. Just like Z Trip. They're walking off the job. They're backing up and deciding to look for some other business to finish with. Um, and I really believe in the company, and I believe it is a godly company, and I just believe that we need to get back to how we began, and it advance from there. Okay, so um, there is no fault in um, money. It's not the money that's the fault. It's the way we make the money and how we treat people when we make the money. What we're buying, we're buying slaves. We're buying people's lives and their rights, and Joe Biden. Okay, we're doing bad things with um, money. But like I said, a godly man can never make too much money. But there are a lot of people out there, and I got friends that if they ever make the money that they dream of, God help us all, because they really, really, really don't take life serious enough to where they understand that life is more important than money. Money is not life. Money is the weapon we use, the vehicle we use to survive this life, but it is not life itself. Life is more precious than money. Money cannot buy life. It can buy lifestyle, but it cannot buy life. Um, and everybody has a right to be happy, regardless of how much money they make and how much money the person above them is making. They have a right to be happy. It shouldn't be like I'm happy until somebody makes more money than me. It shouldn't be that way, because somebody that makes more money than me wants to change the prices and make the cost of living for me more expensive. That's not right. That's not fair. But see, that's something that we're going to suffer here on the planet. So, all around the world, you think it's bad in America, it's worse in other countries. So, I'm going to get in here. I am D. Roy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. More about this subject in the next one. God bless.